Today is his day, the character who has taught us so much. His journey serves as an example for all of us and shows how he has influenced so many people. But why, after achieving everything, does he now appear to be a sad person? Let's understand why this happened. I'm Oliver. I have a degree in psychology, and today we're going to explore Naruto's mind. Let's dive in. Naruto will leave a mark here. I was a child when I started watching Naruto and followed the anime afterward. For those who haven't been born yet, but will watch it in the future, it will leave a lasting impact on generations. Naruto's journey is one of the best crafted, and psychology is evident from the first episode to the last. It's hard to find someone who doesn't like the character Naruto. Relating this to our reality, Naruto is the kind of person who makes friends wherever he goes. He is very extroverted and knows how to handle people, fitting in well with interpersonal intelligence. However, Naruto is a character who has many complexes, starting with a sense of inferiority. But he overcomes all of that. He truly carries a demon inside him. Since birth, he has known no peace and had no contact with any relatives. He didn't have adoptive parents and was practically cared for by Hiruzen. In theory, Naruto had to fend for himself regarding food, money, and other necessities. He had a small room and a house, but almost no one was ever home. At just 12 years old, he was surviving. In addition to being without family, the people of the village rejected him. They believed he was the demon himself and didn't want him around, just solving their problems. The villagers of the Leaf had no compassion for him. The famous psychologist Daniel Goleman mentions in a talk that sometimes we prefer to close our eyes instead of trying to help someone. The Leaf village is much like our society. You're a child, and on top of that, you're rejected for something you didn't cause. Curiously, this rejection contributes to Naruto's maturity. He missed the protective phase, that time when a child is the center of attention for parents and grandparents. The exclusive spotlight that Naruto lacked may be the main reason he acted out, breaking things and playing pranks just to be noticed. Iruka was the first to recognize Naruto as someone important. He showed him that there was someone who cared, almost like a father figure to Naruto. Another extremely important person in his life is Konohamaru, as he was one of the first to value Naruto. His mentor, psychologist William James, states that the deepest principle of human nature is the desire to be appreciated. He says that deep down, we all want recognition. Perhaps that's why we empathize with Naruto, who is ultimately seeking the same validation we do. When Naruto joins Team 7, he reaches his peak because all the team members teach him something. Kakashi is the figure he admires, the person who communicates with him best, managing to convey information without yelling, just by talking. Sakura, on the other hand, is an example of dedication. She is very hardworking and studious. This leads us to think about Naruto's first great love, theoretically. Even though Sakura built a bond with Naruto, their relationship is complex and resembles that of siblings. Whenever one stands out, there are rivalries, but at the same time, they are always helping each other. Sasuke is someone who could understand Naruto. The connection between them explains how far Naruto would go for Sasuke. Just like Naruto, Sasuke faced his own challenges, and together, they became friends. Sasuke was someone who could relate to Naruto. This is a crucial point, Naruto's ability to change and influence others' opinions. He not only influences, but also absorbs the pain and stories of others. Through his experiences, he learns and teaches. This is a fundamental aspect of his growth. I also believe that Naruto's maturity is closely related to this. I'll tell the story of Naruto based on the number of times he changed the perceptions of other characters. The first line of that scene, of abuse, is one of the most emotional in the anime. The boy managed to touch the heart of someone as cold as Haku while talking to him. He shared his reasons for fighting and living, expressing that he lives to fulfill someone else's dream. I understood that, and he would later express it to the data and the targets, that cruel figure. He says, "I'm not just an object to myself." When the targets hear Naruto's words about how much Haku admired him and how important he was, they end up dropping the mask they had been holding and breaking down completely. Haku was a demon, an assassin who couldn't show his feelings, but with those words, he felt liberated. That was Naruto's first great speech. Now, moving to the Chunin exams, which I consider the best part of the anime, we have the fight between Naruto and Neji. He demonstrated a bit of his philosophy and way of thinking. Naruto has always believed that there's a destiny where the weak must lose to the strong, that things happen because they must happen. This is something he felt deeply. The character's motto is significant. We call this log energy. In the fight between Naruto and Neji, Naruto manages to win despite being weaker. He doesn't achieve this solely through physical strength, but through sheer willpower. The message he conveys is not simply that the weak should strive to win, but that even if Naruto were weak, he would still be putting in effort to change his fate, and he was succeeding because he refused to resign himself to what life imposed. What would be the point of accepting that? After the fight, he significantly shifts his perspective. Another important character is Gaara, who also harbors a demon within himself. He suffered and was rejected by everyone, just like Naruto. The main difference is that Gaara retaliated with his pain, while Naruto fought against his own suffering. Gaara claimed he was alone in the world, but in reality, he was alone because he didn't understand the strength he had to protect others rather than seek revenge. After the fight, he transforms into another person, a leader willing to sacrifice himself for others. What's fascinating is that we see this evolution. It doesn't happen overnight, but progresses gradually. In the story, Gaara tries to change his destiny, which ends up having the opposite effect. He and Naruto become much stronger, and gradually, Naruto surpasses Gaara. He realizes that his determination isn't about revenge, but about protection, and for that, he needed a different goal. This will significantly influence the decisions he makes in his pursuit of power. Returning to the theme of talk no jutsu, it's fascinating to see how this reflects the relationship between Naruto and Sasuke in Shippuden. Now a teenager, Naruto returns changed. The first person he impacts is Hinata, who always viewed him as an enemy. When she sees Naruto making an effort to save someone from another village simply because that person is her friend, she starts to think differently. Hinata begins to believe in the new generation and hopes they won't repeat the mistakes of the past. This belief is one of the reasons she sacrifices herself to save Naruto. It's clear how she goes above and beyond. The significant difference here is that she is influenced by his personality. This introduces a philosophical debate within the series. Nagato, who endured so much suffering, believed that pain could repair humanity, but his actions didn't yield results. He had a goal to save humanity, just like Naruto, who remembered what Minato and Jiraiya told him about the cycle of hatred and how it would only lead to more pain. Upon hearing these motivations, Naruto convinces himself that he doesn't need to be swayed by pain. He never succumbed to suffering, and redemption itself is an important theme. He sacrifices himself and saves everyone. This is one of the best stories I've seen, not just because of the action, but due to the philosophical issues involving concepts of pain and redemption. Finally, we arrive at the final battle, where Naruto aims to become Hokage. As circumstances become more complicated, he continually finds bonds that strengthen him. In contrast, Obito's ties cause suffering. Naruto tries to confront his own pain, creating a dialogue between the two. He manages to reignite the feelings Obito had lost. Naruto's goal of becoming Hokage, to protect people and be recognized, is evident. He demonstrates that if Obito had experienced the same circumstances as Naruto, he could have also become Hokage. Unfortunately, the larger world system causes Nagato and others to seek to change this cycle of pain. This repetition of tragedies also creates victims, yet it doesn't absolve anyone of blame. Personally, I think some individuals Naruto couldn't change were the members of the Akatsuki. Returning to Sasuke, his Sharingan serves as evidence of talk no jutsu. It's interesting to note that in the end, Sasuke admits to feeling envy toward Naruto because Naruto never had to run away from his own pain. He always faced his challenges head-on, which is a crucial part of his growth. He continually confronted his demons, literally, and at the same time, found his purpose. But first, he needed to distance himself to find himself. That's why Sasuke envied Naruto. He didn't have to go through that struggle. As a friend of mine said, Naruto embodies empathy because he genuinely believed he could change people's perspectives and positively influence many, especially his best friend. For me, This was one of the significant reasons he fought until the end. His talk no jutsu worked because the villains had their motivations. They weren't merely evil, but became that way for a reason. Just look at how many people he impacted. In the anime, Gaara became Hokage and managed to save Sasuke. He built the family he always wanted, and his relationship with Hinata is quite intriguing. I would love to create a video later exploring their relationship, even if the interaction is complex. Despite being extroverted, Naruto always struggled to express some feelings. This shows that even the most extroverted people can have moments of shyness, like when he interacts with Hinata. He didn't know how to handle that situation, and despite being strong, certain things made him vulnerable. It's likely he felt something for Hinata, but couldn't express his own feelings or recognize hers, which were quite obvious. The important thing is that in the end, the two became a fantastic couple, as they complete each other. She influenced Naruto, and vice versa. But why does he seem so sad and discouraged when he becomes an adult, despite achieving all of this? The answer lies in how we get used to what we gain. When you are placed in a new situation, like starting school, going to college, or doing an internship, you adapt to it all. You pass the entrance exam and feel ecstatic, but after a few months, it becomes routine. The same happens when you start working and get accustomed to your salary. We adapt to both positive and negative situations, which makes us stronger. What happened with Kakashi is an example of this. Researchers at the University of Glory in the United States have shown that our happiness follows a curve that peaks at around 18 years old and then begins to decline until about 30 or 40. This coincides with the moment when you achieve certain milestones in life, such as becoming an adult. What's happening with Boruto reflects this phase where we get older and realize we don't need to achieve everything or that we already have. We redefine new challenges. Naruto has achieved all this, which is amazing and great, but the life of a Hokage is also filled with responsibilities. He seems to have not found a balance, which is why he sometimes struggles to deal with his own family. Naruto's journey is about suffering, acceptance, and the fight for achievement. And in the end, adapting to all of this is something extremely human. He hasn't changed his personality. He's just come to understand better how the world truly is, driven by challenges. Now he faces new challenges, which makes it seem like he has changed. But in reality, he remains the same, just with a different worldview. Our experience with the Boruto anime is similar. We can say that Boruto isn't the same as classic Naruto. It feels like we're seeing the characters grown up. When I started watching the anime, I was much younger, and now I'm about the same age as Kakashi. Life is a cycle. I grew up watching anime, and now you all will grow up watching Boruto. And life goes on. This cycle continues, and our dear Naruto seems to be realizing that now. I hope we all see this as well, the stages of life and its finiteness. The most important thing is that the journey is more meaningful than the destination. I think this is the main message that the Naruto anime conveys. Enjoy the journey. I hope you've reflected a lot while watching this video. I'm not sure if this longer format is ideal, but I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's amazing. Always remember that life is finite. Cherish every cycle and be thankful for the next one that comes, just as you appreciate those that have passed. Value the people you love because everything will come to an end. I will have an end. You will have an end. And those you care about will also have an end. If you appreciate this every day, you will surely enjoy your loved ones even more. Until the next video.